Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله تعالى من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم, one of the last things that he mentioned before he died, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the instruction that he gave, very, very simple, about protecting and caring for the orphans and protecting and safeguarding the women folk, being just and merciful towards others. He mentioned a comprehensive guidance. I left among you two things. That as long as you as long as you hold onto those two things, you will not be led astray. Kitabullah, the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Al-Quran, the final guidance to the mankind, and his guidance, the guidance of An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the prophetic way, the sunnah of An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Those are the two yardsticks as believers, as Muslims, that we judge everything. Those are the two things two windows where we look into the world. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, whenever he would instruct the companions, he would instruct them from the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very few occasions, that's why you don't have, tafsir of An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, because his life was tafsir of the Quran. Kana khuluqu al-Quran. His character, his behavior, his being was of the Quran. Right? The way he walked, the way he talked, the way he dressed, the way he articulated carried himself, the way he slept, the way he dealt with his friends and family and women folk. All these are instructions given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. مَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. He does not speak out of his own desires and whims. All these things are revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When it comes to Islam, when it comes to religion, everything he did was revelation, guidance given directly to him from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Unfortunately, we have now, there are many Muslims, we've become accustomed to the popular culture that we reside in, the language that we use, the framework when we speak, when we articulate certain things, the framework and the language you use is sometimes different from the Islamic epistemology, Islamic framework. Take a basic example about there are people who are trying to separate them and their understanding of religion, of deen and spirituality. There are some Muslims who say that, I am more spiritual than I am more Islamic. I say, what do you mean by that? that I adhere to more Islamic, whatever, in their eyes, spirituality than the do's and don'ts and the religion and the instructions given in the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This new age spirituality. You know, one of the mission, one of the most important mission of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, yuzakkihim, that he purifies them. وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةِ, that he purifies them, right, from all the bad thoughts and all the bad ideas that people had at that time. And he teaches them the book and wisdom. That wisdom, the scholars mentioned that is his sunnah, is his way of doing things. Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Religion is not something that you only practice once a year. From the Islamic perspective, the word religion is also another good word to translate deen. Deen in the Arabic language is a way of being, the way of thinking, the way of understanding, the way of behavior. It's a way of life. اليوم أكملت لكم دينكم وأتممت عليكم نعمتي ورضيت لكم الإسلام دينا. That today I have perfected your religion for you, your way of life for you. This is the path that you take. This is the modality that you take. This is a straight path. Sirat al-Mustaqim. This is the path that you take. And if you take this path, you will not be led astray. Religion in Islam is not about you only attend the Friday prayers or you only open the book in Ramadan. Religion or deen is the way we talk, the way we eat or what we eat, the way we dress or what we dress. Imam Ibn Taymiyyah, a classical great scholar of Islam, right? He mentioned, right? He gave a definition, right? He gave a definition of, he said, Ismun Jami', right? Wa ibadah, right? He said, Ismun Jami'. It's a comprehensive term for whatever Allah and His Rasul love and are pleased with. When we say إِيَّاكَ نَعْبُدُ وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ, right? You alone we worship. And worship is another mistranslation, in my opinion, in this particular instance. Serve is better word. That you alone we serve. We serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything that we do. We serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the work that we do. We serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the activities that we do. Everything that we do, we serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Every breath that we take, every blink that we make, every step that we take, everything that we do is for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. قُلْ إِنَّ صَلَاتِي وَنُسُكِي وَمَحْيَايَ وَمَمَاتِي لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. There is nothing, no other purpose except to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we can only do that, brothers and sisters, is by following the instructions given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His book, the Quran, which is a guidance for everyone, not just the believers, not just the Muslims, but guidance for all of mankind. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Lord of everyone. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Lord of you and I, and the Lord of those who do not even believe in the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When we say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, in the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, the most merciful and the compassionate to each. What does that mean? Merciful to everyone. Merciful to you and I, merciful to the animals, merciful to the universe, the planet, every organism that Allah created is merciful towards them. Even those who deny Him, those who deny Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, deny An-Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Allah is merciful towards them. Have you not seen how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala feeds those people who deny Him? Have you not seen how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala dresses those who deny Him? Have you not seen how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protects and safeguards those human beings who not only deny Him, but vehemently go against His commandments? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is still merciful towards them in this dunya. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahim, is compassionate to each, to the believers in this dunya and also in the hereafter. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful to everyone. And as believers, we are consciously, right, we intentionally understand this, we consciously understand this, and we serve Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in everything that we do. Even subhanAllah, there's a lot of discussion about the vaccination. should I vaccinate or should I not vaccinate? Right? There's on social media, there are so many discussions, right? I am not a doctor, I'm not a medical expert. I cannot tell you what treatment to take. It would be wrong for me to tell you take this particular treatment because I'm not qualified. What I can say is that the vaccine that experts have produced is halal, is permissible to take. Now you have to consult your doctor, consult your GP about your situation, and he or she will give you the best advice. But if you do that sincerely, in the view with the intention to protect yourself and protect others, you will get reward for it. This is also, in a way, ibadah to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything that we do is ibadah, brothers and sisters. Everything, even who doesn't love football, right? Everyone loves football, right? Or most people like football, right? If you play football with the intention to become fit, you'll get ibadah. You'll get reward. This will be considered ibadah or worship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So understanding Islam comprehensively, understanding Islam, that Islam governs the shoe that we wear and to the cap and the topi that we wear. Every single thing, every single thing that we do or we don't do is given instruction by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his book and through his Nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase in our knowledge and good deeds. أقول قولي هذا واستغفر لي ولكم ولسائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه تواب رحيم. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين. اللهم فرج هم المهمومين من المسلمين. اللهم فرج هم المهمومين من المسلمين ونفس كرب المكروبين واقض دين عن المدينين واشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين برحمتك يا ارحم الراحمين. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وقنا الصلاة.